This story is from the AITA subreddit and is titled, "Will I be the astronaut if I tell my aunt that I know her son is lying about a job he's supposed to have?" My cousin, male 38, has had a long history of quitting jobs for random reasons. The job he is supposed to have now, he recently started complaining about his boss being snobby and generally too green to be a manager at 27. Oh, it's because he's younger than him. Got it. I've been talking to my cousin about not just giving up on this job because he's getting paid well, the highest he's ever been paid in any job, and he tends to quit without working through the problems. Mostly they seem to be interpersonal, and cousin feeling inadequate since he doesn't have a degree and his coworkers do. Cousin was recently on a 2-week leave from work due to some therapy. I kept encouraging him to make small changes like cleaning his room and keeping up with chores, but eventually he stopped doing that and went back to playing video games all day and smoking. The day he was supposed to go back to work, he came home early and said the manager asked for his medical records detailing why he was out of work or he couldn't come back to work, thus he came home. I told him to call his HR and tell her that the manager was breaking HIPAA laws by asking this of him. Cousin had already provided HR with the appropriate doctor's notes and his leave was already excused. I was so pissed for my cousin, and so was my aunt. That request was a violation of his right to privacy. HR responded and said they would meet about it with the manager the next day. Later that same day, my cousin borrowed my laptop. He wanted to take an evaluation for a new job he was applying to, and I agreed with him. His manager was clearly a dummy, so he should look for another job and just keep the current job until then. The next morning, cousin was leaving and asked me to wish him luck. We had talked several times the day before about what he would say about this violating request, but he was ready to just let it go so he could keep the job until he found another. He left. A little after he left, I pulled out my laptop to start my remote work when I noticed that he had left his email logged in, and I saw the first email with the subject line, "Resignation." After looking through that email chain, I realized that he had lied about everything. He had been contacted by HR the previous day because he never showed up to work and didn't call the manager to advise that he wasn't going to work. HR called him when he didn't show, and he told them he wasn't sure when he was going to come back. Then he emailed them and quit. The whole scenario with the manager violating HIPAA was a lie, and now he continues to lie, saying he is working from home and he's not working at all. Should I tell his mom I know he's lying? Confronting him could be a waste of time. I've caught him in many lies over the years and confronted him, and it doesn't seem to matter. I know he's looking for another job, so that's good, but this whole lie is so ridiculous. I don't know what to do, if anything. Well, that's not good. He's 38 and he's got this cycle of deceit and quitting jobs and lying about it. So I don't think you're going to change him, right? It essentially comes down to if your 38-year-old child was doing this, would you want to know as a parent? But also, how much control does a parent have over their life right now? And it sounds like they're still living at home with their parents. So where's the pain going to come in? I don't know. And all of this stems from this 38-year-old cousin talking about being pissed off because this boss is 27. He's too green to be a manager at 27. So it became a matter of pride. Someone younger than me being my boss, I'm not okay with. And that's horseshit. I mean, that age should have nothing to do with it. If mom is helping support him, then yes, tell her. Maybe that's the pivot point. I think he is. Let me skim through this again. Well, yeah, because the cycle is he quits and then just starts getting high and playing video games all day. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say he is living with his mom. But he's 38. Is anything going to change? I mean, it's a Band-Aid. If he does speak up, it's going to be a Band-Aid. Elizabeth says mom seems like an enabler, and I doubt it would happen. Or I doubt it would much matter. Dr. Sweets, I think if Opie's aunt was looking into legal actions due to a lie, then yes, say something. That's a good point, Dr. Sweets. If the mom here, I guess it'd be the aunt, if Opie's aunt is looking into meeting with an attorney and starting to incur some legal fees because she believes that there was a HIPAA violation here, you have to tell her. Even if she's just talking about the possibility of that, you have to tell her. Otherwise, she's going to go thousands of dollars into the hole here for a lie. Yeah, I don't understand the cycle either. I don't understand why somebody would do this at 38. I mean, maybe it's what they enjoy doing most is being elevated and playing video games. You know what? If that's the case, look into being a game streamer. Maybe there's something, if that's what he truly has a passion for, and I'm sure the aunt is not supportive of that idea, but if it's something that he could prove and build up, and if that's what he has a true passion for, then take a run at it, man. There's nothing stopping you from doing that in today's age. The world is your oyster. Whatever you have a passion for, you can turn it into a career. It is legitimately the most exciting time to be alive. So that's what I don't get, his deceit. I don't get the deceit and him keeping it from everybody and concocting these big ass lies instead of just saying, yeah, I just couldn't deal with it and I quit. The dude from Grandma's Boy was a game developer. And yeah, they like to game and get high all the time, but he actually had that as a job too, that he enjoyed doing. And then he built his own game, right? You remember JP from Grandma's Boy? Out of the way, nerds. God, I hope you guys have seen that movie. Lying is the big issue there. It sucks. Will I be the astronaut if I tell my aunt? No, you wouldn't be, because it sounds like there's the potential that she could follow a path that could be harmful based on his lies. And that sucks. It sucks. It's been so long since I saw Grandma's Boy, but I quote it all the time.